this to free myself from all the negativity that I have been through lately. Here we go.
Million dollar dreams, million dollar dreams, million dollar dreams, million dollar dreams, some ripped jeans, shades, by the ray, but it's okay. Look into your face, I can tell you like we ain't ever gonna be broke no more. Nah, we ain't gonna be.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Free Mind Bandit. So today I'm going to introduce two cameras, the Nikon Z6 and the Nikon D5600. I have both cameras, so I'm going to do a comparison based off of my opinion. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't really know much about cameras. Honestly, I don't know nothing about cameras at all. I just know how to take the picture, and I've been trying to learn like how other functions work, but I just haven't got there yet, and I do not know how to edit either. So the point of this video is just probably just to compare two cameras, and if you're having a hard time choosing, or if you want to know what one camera offers versus the other, I can probably do that, but I'm not gonna bash any other company, and I'm also not getting paid for this. So and I just want to share my likes and differences versus each camera. So I first started off with Nikon. Was actually my first camera. I had the Nikon Coolpix. I sold that, and then I got a Nikon D3500, and then I sold that and I got a Nikon D5600. And the reason why I sold the D3500 was because the Nikon D5600 had a fully articulating screen, which versus the Nikon D5600 towards the Z6, I wish that the Z6 had the screen also, because I feel like it's more versatile. But this is what the screen looks like, and I also like that when you go to put it away, you don't have to worry about it being scratched or anything like that, versus the Nikon Z6 screen. Unless you get a film protector for it, that's what it's gonna look like when you put it away. Also, it does not fully articulate. It can go like that, like this, which I think that position to me is useless, but you can also do it like this. That way, if you have to take a picture looking like that, I guess it becomes more functional. But at the end of the day, I prefer the Nikon D5600 articulating screen. So let's get into the differences about the two cameras that I can point out. The viewfinder, the Nikon D5600 does not have an electronic viewfinder. The Nikon Z6 does have an electronic viewfinder. So the difference to me, the best way I can describe the two viewfinders is the Nikon D5600 looks a little bit more like a little bit dead, as my friend would call it. When you look through the viewfinder, what you see is what you get, versus the Nikon Z6. When you look through the viewfinder, everything looks more alive.
It's alive.
It's alive. Also, another thing I wanted to point out is my friend in the background. She is new to everything, and she was playing around with my Nikon D5600, and she bought the Nikon D5600 because she was comfortable with the functions, and she liked the way that it worked and everything like that. I upgraded to the Nikon D6 because I gained an interest in doing videos, so I'm hoping that the Nikon Z6 can, fulfill everything that I need to. And also, I already had a Nikon, so I was more comfortable with working a Nikon. But anyways, the viewfinder, like I said, one's electronic and the other one is not electronic. So when you look through the viewfinder, when I was looking at YouTube videos, I did not fully understand what an electronic viewfinder meant. So I personally had to go to Best Buy, and I also took my friend with me to get a second opinion, because I had to look through the viewfinder myself to see what it meant. And also, I was set on the A7 III, honestly, but when I got the Best Buy, that totally changed my opinion, because for one, Sony's colors I do not like, And also watching a whole, like, I watched numerous YouTube videos for weeks and weeks, and my friend was like, just get the Sony, just get the Sony. And I'm like, okay. So we both went to Best Buy together, and I felt like her opinion was very, very honest, because when she actually looked at the Sony, we both felt like Sony's colors were just a little off. They looked like a little too, like, over edited, and I did not like the colors. Versus when you look through Nikon, when you take the picture, it looks more realistic.
Yeah, Sony's look cartoonish. Nikon looked, this is what you see is what you get.
Yeah, it's more realistic. So I'm gonna be honest, I almost bought the Sony, but I didn't, because when I did hands-on, I went with the Nikon. So I feel like anybody out there that's interested in purchasing a camera, my best bet is go to Best Buy or go to your local camera store and actually look through the viewfinder and take pictures. I was not able to take a video because I did not have a memory card or anything like that, but at least take a picture, that way you can see what the color grading is going to look like. Also, while doing my research and talking to 2 people from Best Buy, they both agreed that when you work with Sony, you have to downgrade the color. So if you take a picture or a video with Sony, you're gonna have to downgrade it, versus Nikon, it takes it and you can just go from there. So if you go with Sony, you're gonna have to put in too much more work, but if you go with Nikon, it's as is and you can just go from there. But everyone has their personal opinion. If you're more comfortable with editing, then maybe Sony is what works best for you. But I also did hear that Sony works better in low light. So, but if you know what you're doing, then there's no reason why a Nikon can't work for you as well. So at the end of the day, it's just who's behind the camera and what you know how to do. But anyway, so that's enough for the viewfinder. Autofocus versus the Nikon D5600 versus the Nikon Z6. My honest opinion is the Nikon Z6 is way faster than the Nikon D5600. Lately, when I've been shooting pictures with the Nikon D5600, I live in Columbus, Ohio. I don't know if it's because it's wintertime here. The flash always seems to come on. When I bought this camera and it was springtime, the flash rarely came on. So, like I said, I'm new to cameras, so I don't really know. I'm still trying to learn the difference. But either way, my friend thinks that the Nikon Z6 takes better pictures, but and it is faster. I'm not gonna lie. Like the Nikon Z6, you take you click and it's there. The Nikon
autofocus is
the autofocus. Yeah, the Nikon Z6, it's like it's struggling to find it. But either way,
it's delayed.
It's delayed. So obviously, you pay more money, you're gonna get what you get. But another thing about the Z6 is, if you walk into the store thinking that you're only going to spend the price plus tax and then like a couple more dollars for the memory card, you're wrong. The Nikon Z6 takes a QXD card, which at Best Buy it was running at least about $130, and that was for the lowest gigabyte. I think the lowest gigabyte is what, like, actually I could let me open it right now and see, because I just think it's crazy that a memory card could be in the hundreds and something like that.
Yeah.
This is a 32 gig and it's a QXD. And also another thing that makes me mad is that they say it's only made by Sony, which when I Googled it, they said that you could get one that's not made by Sony. But I don't know, like, I don't really trust Amazon or anything like that. But if you do, then, you know, whatever floats your boat.
Maybe you can be cool like us and work it into a deal when you go to buy a new camera.
Yeah, I got a really sweet deal on it. So, like, at the end of the day, I ended up saving $700. Also, I was going to get the Z6 because they were sold out where I live, so I had to drive about an hour and a half away to get it. But when I got there, the guy told me that there really isn't much difference about the Z6 versus the Z6 II. The Z6 II, I guess they improved the autofocus and they improved the animal eye tracking, and also you can download firmware via SnapBridge. But he said apart from everything else, like we looked at the specifications on the computer and everything, and not really much is different. Maybe the buffer is a little bit faster, like autofocus. But other than that, if you want to save the 700, or if you got to buy a memory card, you'll probably save like 500. Either way, you'll still be saving. I honestly think that your best bet is to get the Z6.
Yeah, the specs were very minute.
Yeah, like
very.
Just get the Z6 if you're trying to upgrade. Like, unless you're one of those people that think they have to have the newest edition of everything, then, you know, the Z6, you know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, the Z6 it's been perfect for me. Compare picture wise, I have been taking pictures around the house. My friend thinks that the Z6 kills the D5600 picture wise, autofocus, quality. I can agree because maybe the Z6 does, like, it looks more live, more, you could tell that it's a little bit more updated than the D5600. But I think that the D5600 is perfect for starters, or if you know how to edit, it's perfect too. But another thing is the difference is the Z6 is mirrorless, the D5600 is a DLSR. The weight, the Z6 is way heavier than the D5600. Like, holding this, your hand's gonna get tired. Holding the 5600, you could probably maneuver your wrist a little bit more and you won't get tired all day. The speed, obviously the Z6 wins over the D5600. When you go and take the picture, it takes it. The D5600, it takes a couple seconds. So you're definitely going to tell the difference there.
There's a little more detail too.
Yeah,
with
and
the Z6.
Another reason why I went with Nikon instead of Sony was because the menu option. When I went to play with the cameras at Best Buy, and I looked at Canon, I looked at Sony, and I looked at Nikon, and I also looked at like Panasonic and stuff like that. But the two main focuses was Sony and Nikon. The menu, to me, I already understood Nikon, and when I picked up the Z6, I already knew what I was doing compared to the Sony. When I went to the Sony and tried to take a video, I was lost. I couldn't even find video on it, and that was frustrating because if I needed to catch the moment, I feel like I would have lost it. But if the Sony suits you and you know what you're doing, then, you know, go for it. But to me personally, if you already have a Nikon, then just stick with the Nikon because the menu is so much easier to work. And the colors. But and the Nikon just kind of feels weird in my hand. It feels like it's gonna fall out. I don't feel like it's...
The Nikon feels good in your hand.
No, the Nikon. Sorry, my bad. I keep messing up. The Canon, like when you grip it, it feels like it's gonna fall out your hands. The Nikon feels like, even with the Z6 being heavy, like I feel like I got a firm grip on it.
And the Sony also didn't feel good either.
It felt better, but the Canon is, to me, felt like trash. But that's my opinion. Anyways, I don't know. Like, I love both of these cameras. I got the Z6 for video, and I got the D5600 for still pictures. And I guess the difference between these two cameras which is why I made this video, is this is probably better for still pictures in my opinion, and the Z6 is probably better for video in my opinion, and the D5600 has a more versatile screen. I am about to take a picture, that way you guys can see the autofocus and how long it takes to take a picture. Excuse my cat, he thinks that he just owns everything. I'm going to put it on live viewfinder, and I'm going to extend the lens all the way to 55. I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to like extending the lens or like f-stop or anything like that, ISO. I'm completely new to cameras, but this is straight out the box for both of them. So I'm gonna take a picture of this thing on my wall. Also, another thing my friend actually taught me was if you click on the screen, you could take the picture, but, oh, okay, there it goes. Well, we're not gonna use that. So I'm gonna just do the point and shoot from here. Okay, see how long that took? Here is the Nikon Z6. I'm gonna extend the lens all the way to 70. So both lenses are fully extended and they're both from the same distance. Ready? See, it took it like literally a second. Probably not even a second. But anyways, here is the end result. I don't know. Like when you move the Nikon Z6, like there's a lot of things to learn about. See, and that took a picture by itself because I accidentally pushed on the screen. But when you hit the playback on it, like you can move. This is the D5600. You can move it and the picture will still remain on the screen. But anyways, here's the picture. And then I've noticed that on the Z6, when you push the playback menu and you got it, like sometimes when you move it, like, see, now it was acting good, but like when you move it, sometimes the screen like
goes away.
Like, see, look, it went away. I'm not lying. See, like when you move this camera a certain way, the picture goes away and it goes back to a live screen or whatever. But there's that picture. I don't know if you got it good, but either way, like, or like if you're watching a video, because I've taken a little short videos and then you like move the camera a certain way, the video will cut off. I don't know if that's something that I can fix in settings or not, but that's just another difference that I've noticed between the two cameras. Like, you can just, this one and this one, see, you can move this one and it'll stay, and this one didn't. But either way, I mean, my opinion is I love both cameras. My friend,
I love both cameras. I actually am jealous of her new one. I should have waited before I purchased mine.
but she has no reason to be jealous, because if you know what you're doing at the end of the day and you learn your camera, there's no reason why the next person's camera should be better than yours.
Well, I'm still gonna use yours, so
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
like, she's welcome to use my camera, but honestly, the reason why I got the Nikon Z6 was because I wanted something for video. And the D5600, you really can't use it for video because it's a DLSR. And also something that I've known, but also something that the guy at Best Buy said, in the camera store said, that when you try to use a DLSR for video, you can hear the shutter. So that's probably why it's best to go with the mirrorless, but I just feel like they both take great pictures. And
I just like the Z6 better for pictures because I just like the fact that it focuses so much quicker.
it does, and I'm not going to disagree with her.
You
Like,
don't miss out on the moment.
yeah, like you could just boom and shoot it, and that's just straight out the box. Like, if I learn how to like switch the menu and like set the menu based on like whatever I want to do, I feel like it could be 100 times better. But both of these pictures and both of my opinions are based off of the camera straight out the box. Even though I had the Nikon D5600 for 2 years, I still been using it as the day that I bought it straight out the box, because I'm still learning how to do anything that you can do with the camera. So hopefully I can inspire you guys to buy either a D5600, a Z6, or maybe both, or just something in a Nikon field. But the purpose of this video was just to compare the two cameras that I have. I wasn't bashing no other company or anything like that, but whatever decision you choose to make, just follow your dreams, and it doesn't matter what any other YouTuber says. It doesn't matter, you know, their opinions. It matters what you think about the camera. You know, the best advice I can give to you is, if you're out there shopping for a camera, is go to the store and look at the camera yourself. Do not base your opinions off of a YouTuber, because most of the times they get paid to influence your opinion. And coming
it's
from
hands-on.
Yeah, it's a hands-on type of thing. Just go out there and, you know, I went to Best Buy. Whatever you got to do, go and do it. But at the end of the day, just be happy with your purchase. Go out there and have fun with it, and hopefully we can connect and grow together, and hopefully, you know, maybe, I don't know, just maybe something. But at the end of the day, just have fun with your camera, because at the end of the day, you're the person that's in charge. Nobody else is. So it doesn't matter if somebody spent $10,000 on their camera.
It's not the camera,
and
it's
you
the
only
user.
spent $800. It's the user, not the camera. And always remember that. So whatever you see is what matters, not what everybody else sees. So stay tuned for my next video, and thank you guys for watching.